Hey, welcome back. What problems does TypeScript solve in JavaScript? That means there are some problems in JavaScript, and with the help of TypeScript, we are going to solve that problem. So, without understanding what are the problems in JavaScript, it, it's not a good thing to start entering into the TypeScript. So, let's jump into the JavaScript and let's see what are the problems in JavaScript. So problem number one. Okay, there are many things are there. I'm just listing out few things. So please observe carefully. So I just write let salary is equal to 50,000. Okay, in JavaScript, we have written let salary is equal to 50,000. So just tell me let salary is equal. Suppose if you got the increments, now your salary is become 70,000. There is no problem for us. But sometimes by mistake, suppose someone just updated that variable called salary with like blah, blah, blah. This is wrong, right? This is wrong. The salary, suppose 50,000, if you got the increment, it should be a 70,000 or 90,000 or 1 lakh, but it should not allow a string or it should not allow any other data type. That is the primary thing in any programming language. So if you do the same thing in C language or C++, any other programming language, it will throw error at the compile time itself, right? So you should understand what is the difference between compilation time and runtime. So I will explain that in a next video, don't worry. So here, it is JavaScript is not going to throw any error. If you see, whenever if I execute this one node p1, it is not throwing any error. Okay, let me do the console.log just salary, because we're executing. Okay, here we're executing this one. So it is clearly displaying blah 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 because our salary details are gone. This is the blunder. So if you do programs like this by mistake, if someone updated your salary details with some other string, so it is the biggest problem. So this is one problem TypeScript going to solve. Okay, TypeScript is going to restrict to update. Suppose if you just declare any variable with a number, it is not going to allow us to update with any other data type. Okay, so TypeScript will help us in that direction. So this is the first problem. So let's go with the second problem. Suppose if you see, we have a object called product. Here we have a two things. One is a title, two properties. One is title, iPhone, and price, that is 78,999. So let's say iPhone 14 or something. So if you see, if you do console.log product dot price, we don't have any problem. It will return definitely return 78,000. Okay, suppose by mistake by mistake by mistake you tried like this. Instead of price, you have written rice. Okay, plain rice. So it is not going to throw any error. It is not going to throw any error. It is not going to throw any error in JavaScript. Simply it will return undefined, right? If you see, I do, it's a P1, right? File name is P2. So if you see, it is not throwing any error. Simply it is just running the application. It should throw error, right? This is a blunder. Because price, instead of price, if you just try to read a property with rice, it is not throwing error. It's instead of throwing error, it is just simply giving undefined. This is a blunder. So if you do these kind of mistakes in production level apps, then you will sit at early morning 2 o'clock and we should fix that issue, right? So we should have something to stop this. Okay, if you do these kind of mistakes, the human mistakes most of the time, so that at least compiler should show the error for us. Okay, this is the problem number two. Or even if you see, suppose rice is there, or if you just see product dot rating. Okay, there is no property called rating, but still JavaScript is not going to throw any error. It will just simply give a undefined. But this is not the right way, because if you do these kind of things in any other powerful programming languages, at the compilation time itself it will throw an error. Fine. So let's go with the problem number 3. So if you see, we have a function. So please do practice along with me. Just do practice. Just open your code editor and write. Just declare a product and just provide some properties and just read that property with the proper key and improper key. Something. Or do practice. Then only you will remember. Otherwise, you will forget after 2 days. Yes. Then what is the problem number 3? Suppose we have this is a simple function. It is expecting two variables a comma b. If you give 5 comma 6, it will do addition and it will return to you. So this is a variable, right? This is a number. This is a number. But if you see, if a number normally console.log sum, just do sum. Yeah, okay, this is fine. So it will return 11. But you see, if you suppose, but at any time, so if you just declare a variable double a and if you 10, okay, can you invoke that like this? Can you invoke like this? This is not a function, right? This is not a function. How it is possible to invoke it? So this is a blunder, right? But it is not showing any, it is not throwing any error at compilation time. So we will get an error at runtime. So whenever we execute, at the time it will throw an error. So that we should understand first what is the compilation time and what is the runtime. I will explain in a separate video. Don't worry. So if you see, it will throw an error here. Sum is not a function. But here, previous example, even runtime also, it is giving undefined. Okay, runtime also it is taking the new value as a string. That's a blunder. Okay, no problem. In compilation time, you are not giving any error. At least in runtime also, it is not throwing an error. So that will leads to lots of problems in production level applications. And let's see another example. This is really fun. So just tell me what is the output of this 4 by 2. Okay, we know, right? This is 2. And if you just try to divide 4 divided by array, just tell me what is the value of this? What is the value of this? I know most of you know already. What is that? What is that? Just run this application and see. That is infinity, right? Infinity. So node the P4, it is infinity, because it should not allow these kind of mistakes. Okay, by me, suppose normally it should allow like 4 by 1 or something, that's a number, so it will give some value. So this is normally in mathematics, we don't do this kind of ugly things, right? 4 divided by array or 4 divided by object, 4 divided by function, these are like 100% wrong statements or wrong calculation. So at the time, the compiler should throw an error at the time of compilation itself. So these are the simple problems I noticed. I've just explained. I think these are enough, right? Are you satisfied that? Understood? Are you ready to learn TypeScript to avoid these kind of mistakes? Or okay, whether you will say that okay, no problem. I don't think these are the problems. Whenever I do programming, I will take care of this. I don't do any mistake, human mistake, because I'm very good programmer. I don't do any mistakes. So if you don't do any mistakes at any cost, then okay, you don't need a TypeScript. But normally, naturally, like me, most of the developers in the world, naturally they will do a mistake. Suppose if instead of price, maybe sometimes there is a typing mistake, you can call it as a rice, or you don't know, some product details are coming from the server database, something you are storing in some array. Suppose if you are storing in with the help of JavaScript, at the time it doesn't show any intelligence for us whether this property is available in that product or not. So it's very difficult whenever we are dealing with the JavaScript on large scale applications. So I hope these if you understand these problems with the JavaScript, I hope you convinced that types we need to take help from TypeScript. So if you decided that yes, we need to take help from a TypeScript, okay, just ping me in the comment section that yes, we need a TypeScript, and just click on that like button so that this information will reach to many people. Okay, thank you and see you in the next video. Bye bye.